The city of Carver was a sprawling jungle of concrete and steel. At night, the streets came alive with the hum of neon signs and the murmur of people seeking out their next thrill. In this urban labyrinth, shadows held secrets, and danger lurked at every corner. The Godfather, Victor Vito Mancini, sat in his dimly lit office. The room was filled with the scent of old leather and rich mahogany. A thick cigar smoke hung in the air, swirling lazily in the golden light from the desk lamp. Vito's piercing blue eyes scanned the room, resting on his son, Michael. "Michael, my boy, the time has come for you to learn the family business," Vito said, his voice gravelly but calm. Michael, a young man with sharp features and a confident demeanor, leaned forward. "I'm ready, father. What do you need me to do?" Vito's face softened into a rare smile. "There's a shipment coming in tonight at the docks. I need you to oversee it. Make sure nothing goes wrong." Michael nodded. "Consider it done." As Michael left the room, Vito's consigliere, Luca, stepped out from the shadows. "Do you think he's ready, boss?" Vito took a deep drag from his cigar, exhaling slowly. "He has to be, Luca. The future of our family depends on it." The docks were a maze of shipping containers and warehouses, bathed in the eerie glow of industrial lights. Michael stood with a small group of trusted men, their breath visible in the cold night air. "Remember, stay sharp," Michael instructed, his voice steady. The sound of an approaching truck cut through the silence. Michael's heart pounded as the vehicle came to a halt. The driver, a burly man with a scar across his cheek, stepped out and nodded at Michael. "Everything is planned?" Michael asked. The driver nodded. "All here. You got the payment." Michael signaled to one of his men, who handed over a briefcase. But as the exchange took place, a sudden noise broke the tension. A gunshot echoed through the night. Michael spun around, his eyes searching the shadows. "Ambush! Get down!" Chaos erupted as figures emerged from the darkness, guns blazing. Michael's men returned fire, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and the sounds of shouting and gunfire. Michael ducked behind a container, his mind racing. "Who set us up?" he thought, his pulse racing. Hours later, the docks were silent once more, the attackers having fled. Michael surveyed the scene, his jaw clenched in anger. His men were bruised but alive, the shipment secure. "Someone knew about this," Michael said, his voice cold. "We have a traitor." Back at the Mancini estate, Michael confronted his father. "Father, we were ambushed. Someone betrayed us." Vito's face darkened. "Who would dare?" Luca stepped forward, a grim expression on his face. "We've heard whispers, boss. Someone close to us is leaking information." Michael's eyes narrowed. "We need to find out who." The search for the traitor led Michael deeper into the shadows of Carver. His investigation brought him face to face with old allies and new enemies. Each encounter added a piece to the puzzle. One night, in a rundown bar on the edge of town, Michael found his answer. A former associate, now a broken man, spilled the truth over a bottle of whiskey. "It's Luca," the man whispered, his voice trembling. "He's been working with the Russians. They promised him power." Michael's heart sank. Luca, his father's trusted consigliere, was the traitor. Michael returned to the mansion, his mind set on confronting Luca. He found him in Vito's office, talking in hushed tones. "Luca, we need to talk," Michael said, stepping into the room. Luca turned, a look of surprise on his face. "Michael, what is it?" "You betrayed us," Michael said, his voice deadly calm. "You're working with the Russians." Luca's eyes widened, then narrowed. "You don't know what you're talking about." Vito watched, silent and tense. "Is this true, Luca?" Seeing no way out, Luca's face twisted into a snarl. "Yes, it's true. The Russians offered me a better deal. More power, more control." Michael's fury boiled over. "You betrayed the family, Luca. And for what? Greed." Before Luca could react, Michael pulled out his gun, aiming it at Luca's heart. "This is for the family. A single shot rang out, echoing through the room. Luca fell to the floor, lifeless. Vito stood, his eyes filled with sorrow and pride. "You did what you had to, Michael," Vito said softly. "The family is safe, thanks to you."